Hello and welcome to the Smartest Builder online automation training. My name is Inder and I will be your guide. In this video, I'm going to show you a quick overview of the Loxone Config. Loxone Config is a free tool that lets you program the Loxone automation system in your mini server. Loxone Config is required to do core automation setup and only runs on the Windows operating system. To get config, simply use any search engine and type download Loxone Config. You should find an appropriate answer within the first page from the Loxone download page. Once you've downloaded Loxone Config, you can easily create a project which will be the automation program for your home. We will not be able to get deeply into the software in this overview, but you should understand the core premise of how Loxone Config works. Number one is input. You'll always need an input to do something in your program. Second is a function. A function is not necessarily always needed, but it's really good to have. A function does something with your input. So if I push a button, the function block or that function section will interpret what to do with that input. And then finally, 3, the output. The output is the end result of the automation. So my input would be I push a switch. The function block will say what time of day, what brightness should I put the light at? And then the output will say make the lights are at 30%. So that input, function, and output format is how all of Loxone's homes, all their commercial and industrials are programmed. We've already reviewed inputs and outputs in our earlier videos in this series. So let's talk about functions. There are over 100 pre-programmed function blocks in Loxone Config, so programming your automation system is as easy as dragging a block and assigning the correct inputs and outputs to have. Looking at the intelligent lighting control block, we can see that the input in this example on the screen is from a Loxone touchtree standard center button, and the output is going to a Loxone dimmer light circuit. So whenever you push the center button, the lights dim on or they dim off. This was a relatively quick introduction to Loxone Config, but there's a lot more you can do and it does get a lot more complicated. However, in my experience with Loxone Config, understanding the input, function, and output layout of the config is the most valuable thing about the Loxone automation system. This wraps up the 8th and the final video in our TSB's Loxone 8 introduction series. In this series, we provided a technical overview of Loxone, so you get a good idea of what you're investing your time and your money into. So thank you for taking the time and making the commitment with Loxone. And of course, please remember that at the Smartest Builder, we train our customers to be independent on the Loxone automation system. A smart and independent home is always better with a smart and independent homeowner. Thank you for watching and listening to me today.